Okay. We're doing the hips. My name is Erica with TacMo. My name is Erica. My name is Erica with TacMobility, and we're doing the hips. We're doing the hips. We're gonna get down on the ground. I'm gonna take my feet wider than my body, and then I'm gonna walk my feet towards my body. Don't pull your feet. Wherever your feet will naturally walk up to. That's what we want to go for. I'm gonna let my arms just kind of float out to the side. And then I'm going to let my knees fall over to the left. I'm going to try to keep the feet like in their general vicinity that we started at. And as the knees are chilling, we want to go back to our breath. Maybe you just start to notice how your stomach naturally falls and rises as you breathe. I'm tracking the sensation of the stretch from the stomach, about mid belly, all the way down the front of my thigh to my knee. Noticing if you're arching your low back really intensely, see if you can kind of like soften that a little bit. Notice how your knee feels. We want everything to be safe in this stretch. As I'm breathing in, my stomach is reaching away from the ground upwards. As you're doing so, you'll notice that that helps the intensity level of the stretch. Kind of like ups the ante a little bit. And we can stay here for our final 3 breaths, or if you want to, you can take your inside ankle and you can place it on your opposite knee. That definitely makes things more intense. So again, notice what that does to your low back, what that does to your knee. But if that feels safe enough for you to do, that definitely will intensify and increase the stretch. It's up to you. Take one more breath. Good. I'm going to pull my belly button towards my spine as I slowly lift the knees back to a neutral position. I'm going to make some small windshield wipers, feeling my low back just massaging on the ground. If you need to pull your knees up to your chest for a little break, you can do that too. We just want to pause in between side A and side B. Okay, now we're going to set that up again. So the feet go wider than the body, heel toe out. Walk those feet in, relax the arms, and then drop the knees to one side. Oof, man. This is timely. This is just what my body needed. I hope that your body's enjoying it too. We're noticing if the low back is arching too much or if this feels comfortable and safe. Maybe your hands go to your stomach so you can really start to connect to the movement of your breath in your stomach. Relax your ankles and your knees. Super relaxing breaths. But you can stay here for our last few breaths, or if you want, you can take that inside foot and you can take it to the top of your opposite knee. It's up to you. My hips are feeling very tight today, so that it's not for me. Nah, son. Good. Let's take one more breath together before we move out of our stretch. Good. And then we're going to think about belly button to spine, slowly lifting those knees upright. Adding some small windshield wipers to loosen up the low back just a smidge. Yes. Cool. We're going to bring those knees up towards the chest, rocking from side to side. Nice little massage for your back. It feels super nice. Oh, yeah. That's so good. All right. We're going to roll to the side, making our way upright as we come into a stretch for the outside of the hip, hip flexors. All right. We want to find two 90-degree angles. And then I know it's kind of weird, but it's like definitely in the shape of a swastika, like half, like if you were to cut it in half. And then if you'll notice, my body is kind of like leaning over to one side. Well, I want to try to bring my torso upright over my hips. That might be a journey. Maybe that's not where you're going today. That's okay. But we still just want to move upright this way, this direction, okay? And then notice if there's any tension happening in this hip. My body immediately is like, what are we doing? Okay. I want to relax this hip as much as I can. And all we're going to do is breathe. Okay. Good. You can stay here with your breathing. Eventually, over time, this will start to loosen up a little bit. If you want, you can take a hand and you can massage. You can take your thumb, whatever feels. Oh, I found a spot. It's up to you. Oh my God, though. Good. Slow breaths in. Really relax the ankles. Let's take 2 more breaths and then we'll move over to the other side. Oh, yeah. All right. Belly button towards the spine. Slowly bring those legs upright and then a little gentle windshield wiper. Kind of loosen things up a little bit before we move over to side B. Okay, now we're going to set this one up. The front leg doesn't really matter so much with what's happening there. It's really this back leg that matters. So we want that leg to be coming directly out from the side. That's okay if we're leaning over to one direction. Eventually, gradually doing this with enough repetition, we'll slowly start to stack the shoulders over the hips. I am much tighter on this side, just observing, just noticing. You want to add some massage. You know what would be sick right now is if I had my percussion gun and I was like, they're going to breathe. Oh, yeah. This is such a great stretch for your hip flexors, for your TFL, your tensor fasciae latae. So good for creating more space and capacity for knee mobility and hip mobility. But let's take one more breath together. Belly button towards the spine, slowly lifting up the legs, finding those really small windshield wipers. I know that was intense. It's not lost on me. I just did it. Okay. And then finally, we're going to do a butterfly stretch because butterfly stretches are so fantastic. We've got a couple of options though. So depending on what your back mobility is looking like these days, you might want to go for option 2. I'll show you option 1. We've got both of the feet together. I'm going to take a hold of my super amazing feet. Thank you so much for existing. Or you can hold on to your ankles. Doesn't really matter, but we want to like start to pull the body forward. So I'm finding kind of like this fold over my legs. If I'm holding onto my ankles, I also have the ability to extend my elbows out and open the legs a little bit more as I draw my chest towards my feet. So you're here and you're breathing, or you can find a saddle stretch from your back. So you can either do one leg at a time, or you take a hold of your foot or your ankle, and we're just pulling that knee towards the armpit. Or if you have the mobility, you can do both sides. This one feels kind of awkward, just letting it all out there. It's fine. So like maybe if you're at a gym, this one, it might not feel very comfortable, but oh my gosh, it's so good. Oh, okay. Or you can bring the soles of the feet together. It's up to you. You can also do this against the wall. OMG. There's so many options. Wherever you're at, let's take 5 more breaths together. Oh, yeah. My hips, I'm going to be limber. I'm going to be hopping and a skipping tomorrow. Trust. Good. A few more breaths. Noticing if there's any sharp sensations. We don't want that. Numbness, tingling, no. Now let's take one more breath. Yeah, I'm going to hold onto my legs. I'm going to help them up. Oh, yes. Oh, my hips. Oh. I hope that helped.